Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I want to talk to you about your IPC textbook. If you go to Hello ID, which will be up at this top corner, let me move this down a little bit so you can see it. It's this gear right here. It's an extension in Chrome. If you click on that, it will take you to the Hello ID portal. Choose the directory and enter your student number and your password, and it will take you to the applications you have access to. If you click on McGraw-Hill IPC, you'll go to the textbook that you need for IPC. And when it opens, you should see something that says Student Edition. It's something like this. If you click on the cover, it will take you to this page. So you can click on this portion here and you can go to the chapter that you're interested in. For instance, we're in chapter 2 right now. And if you want to look at section 2, you click on that and it will take you to some resources here. Let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about here. You have resources, a glossary. You could use a notebook in here. I would say use your paper notebook. And that's what we see there. Another thing is you have these resources that are related to this this chapter and section. And I like to right click on them. If you right click and choose open in new tab, you will see that you get resources like this. This is an online quiz you can take. Let's open it. So by clicking that, it opens this little window and you can read these questions and you can answer them. And let's say you said that. After you answer those, you can click grade it and it will tell you which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong and if you want to do it again. So this gives you a way to take some practice questions and check your understanding. I don't grade these at all. This is just popping up for you to answer. It's not anywhere that's stored for me. But it's a quick way to look for some quiz questions. So look for that red check. Other things, you have some animations right here. If you look at the little blue triangle, that's usually videos and animations. Then these are checks. These are just miscellaneous resources, the green icon. The red is labs, and we'll use some of those. The notebook is like a guided notes section that you can look at, so you can see kind of some reading for questions if you are having trouble reading. This ABC is a glossary. I usually copy these and put them in Quizlet so you have easier access to them. But that is the front end. Also note that right here it has a link to the ebook. If you click on this, it will open the ebook in a new tab, and you can use the top corner to go to chapters and go to sections of a chapter by choosing this. So we're going to go look at velocity and momentum. You also have a highlighter, pen, some notes, reviewing, a pencil to underline stuff, standards, glossary, which is a vocabulary, an index where you can find key ideas anywhere in the book. You can use the arrows at the left and right to page through the content. You can use this button to show one page at a time. You can look at the resources that are associated with this chapter and section right here. So again, we talked about these. Big one is that red check. It's practice questions. Another thing you can do with this, you can go right to specifically to a page. And let's go back a page. That was the one I wanted. If you click on this icon here.
Relative motion. Have you ever watched cars pass you on the highway? Cars traveling in the same direction often seem to creep by.
So this book will actually read to you. If you need to move further down, you can grab the little button here and move it to wherever you want, and you can kind of check.
Position always depend on the point of reference chosen. Figure 12. If the house is chosen for the reference point, the car appears to be...
So it reads everything on the page to you. Okay, you also have some zoom options here. You can fit to width. You can fit to height. You can zoom and just go out and you can adjust that. Let's look at that. So you can move way in and then move stuff around. Okay. You also have a search tool here, which is helpful. You can also go full screen right there. So that's kind of the interface in short for the IPC textbook. How to use the textbook. What you need to do first when you start a new chapter is you find the chapter study guide. What this will do is summarize the whole chapter in about 1 page. It will also point out where you can find important vocabulary for that chapter. So the first thing you go read is this 1 page about the chapter. That's the first thing you do. Then you go to each section of the chapter. So let's go to describing motion. And I would set it on a full page zoom. And what you want to do is look at the pictures and the stuff on the sides to understand what this page is about. Notice also anything in a box. Notice anything that's highlighted and any large terms here. And just by spending a little bit of time on the page, you can figure out by reading this content and looking at the pictures what this section is about. Do that for every page. And then if there's something that you're still not understanding after you've looked at the pictures and the big words and the highlighted words, then go back and start reading. Also, you have example problems. The proper way to use these is write them down in your notebook and actually work them out the way that they show you, and it will make more sense. If you just read this, it won't make sense. So after you've gone through and looked at the pictures and that portion all through the chapter, which shouldn't take more than about 5 minutes or so, then if there's something you're really concerned about or something you still don't understand, then go in and read like instantaneous speed. If you didn't understand that, if that concept doesn't make sense to you, go in and read that section or have it read it to you. It's not hard. So by the time you go through the study guide, look at all the pictures and the side content, and then read the parts that you don't understand, you will really understand this whole chapter in the science book without having read the whole chapter.